Going to be ranking the best shooting guard cards right now in NBA 2K23. My team, we have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and right now we have about 32 to 35 of the best shooting guards in the game. And you guys can let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my tier list? Let me know what you guys would change, and also let me know your guys' favorite shooting guards to be running right now in season number 8. So Ausar Thompson gonna lead us off here. I would say probably in like that high B or low A tier category. I'll go high B tier for now for Ausar Thompson. I think he's amazing for his price, especially being a budget price tag. 6'7" at the 2, 7-foot wingspan. He can jump out the gym like crazy. He's super athletic, he's super quick, 98 speed, 98 acceleration, 99 vertical, 99 driving dunk. He's got those end game dunk packages with like the Ben Simmons, the Dwight, the MJ, the Giannis, the Clyde, right? Then he's also got the 2 safe dunk packages like the quick drops off 1 and the front clutches. And then he's got great dribble sigs with the D Rose size up, the tray escape, Dame behind the back, and also an amazing jump shot with the O'Shea base and the Rudy Gay upper on very quick timing. So I think Ausar probably going to be somewhere in B or maybe the A tier category. AK, I'll probably go in A tier just because of his defense and size makes him super valuable at shooting guard. To have a guy that's 6'9" at the 2, 7-foot wingspan, an elite level defender, one of the best shooting guard defenders in the game with only missing 1 Hall of Fame defensive badge, and also an elite level jump shot, O'Shea base, Miles Bridges upper on very quick timing, and also does have elite level dribble sigs and really good defensive tendencies. So I think you got to put AK somewhere in that like A tier category. LeBron the Invincible I think is also A tier. I think him and AK are very similar shooting guards where they're just going to be super tall, have great size with the shooting guard position, and be elite level defenders. I like LeBron running to the basket and slashing to the rim a lot more than a card like AK. Gets way better dunking animations, and I think the card also plays a little bit better defense just because of his size. But I think they're very similar, both going to be in that A tier category. Elgin Baylor, I'm gonna go C tier. He's just a little bit undersized for the shooting guard position, still pretty elite though. I mean, C tier is still a great shooting guard in my team, right? 6'5" at the 2, 6'8" wingspan. He's a great all-around card. He's got solid dribble sigs, a great jump shot, really good dunk packages, you know, amazing defensive tendencies, all going to be at a 95. Like, I think Elgin Baylor is a really elite shooting guard. He's just only 6'5", so I do think he's going to be in C tier. The endgame Paul George, easily going to be in S tier. I think he's probably the best or second best shooting guard in the game. He's 6'9" at the 2, 6'11" wingspan. He's an endgame, so 99 every single stat, and also does have a total of 64 Hall of Fame badges, including every single one. He's also got perfect defensive tendencies, and then do have the endgame sigs with the KPJ base, Sadiq Bey upper on very quick timing, you know, the endgame dribble sigs and the endgame dunk packages. So I think Paul George, because of his size and his player model, I do think makes him one of the best 2 guards, maybe even over a card like Kevin Durant, we'll talk about here in a second. But yeah, Paul George I think for sure gonna be in that S tier category. Vince Carter I think is probably like high C tier or low B tier. I think because he's not that tall and not that great of a defender, I think he's actually going to be in C tier. I kind of want to balance out the tier list as much as possible, and I think a card like Dale Ellis is probably better, you know, than a Elgin Baylor and a Vince Carter, and same thing with Ausar Thompson. But maybe Vince will get moved up a bit here in a second. Maybe he'll be in like the low B tier category. But yeah, if you take a look at Dale Ellis, he's a really good 2 guard, 6'7" at the 2, 6'10" wingspan. He's an invincible card, so pretty much perfect stats and badges. Tendency is going to be maxed out at 100, and then his jump shot I think is actually pretty good. He's got the Kyle Kuzma base, Kobe upper on very quick timing, and then also great dribble sigs and great dunk packages. Got the size, got the jump shot. You can maybe argue A tier for Dale Ellis. I just think for now probably going to be in B tier. Invincible T-Mac, I think you got to put in S tier. He's still a top 5 shooting guard in the game, one of the best jump shots in my team. He's got pretty decent dribble sigs. That's one thing I could definitely see improved on his endgame version, is getting the endgame dribble sigs, which will really help him out on offense. But this T-Mac card still insanely overpowered for a shooting guard, and I think you got to put him in the S tier category. DeMar DeRozan, He's got some size, but I think he's probably also C tier. Once again, I'm just trying to keep this tier list as balanced as possible. So I do think DeMar probably going to be in that like high C tier category. I think him and Vince Carter are very, very similar. Now, talking about Danny Granger, I think he's actually going to be an S tier. He might be like low S, probably like the bottom 2, maybe bottom 1. Like he might be the worst card in S tier, but I think he's actually an S tier shooting guard. He's amazing at the 2, 6'9" at the 2, 7'1" wingspan. He's obviously got perfect stats and badges damn near. player, but has an elite level jump shot. Easily my favorite thing about Danny Granger is that release. The KPJ base, Kevin Love upper on very quick timing is such a good jump shot in my opinion, and one of my favorite releases. And then also does have amazing dribble sigs, perfect defensive tendencies, can drive to the basket and be a great defender because of his size. He's like a size at the shooting guard position. He's like LeBron but with offense. He's like LeBron but with a way better jump shot and way better dribble sigs. That's kind of the way that I view Danny Granger because of his size. I think Grady Dick gonna be in B tier. I honestly think he's just a taller, better version of Vince Carter because of the jump shot, right? He's got the KCP base, Vince Carter upper on very quick timing. He's got a similar jump shot to Vince. I think it might actually be a little bit better. He's got way better dribble sigs. He's just as good at going to the rim. He's a way better defender than Vince, and he's taller with a better player model. So I think Grady Dick going to be in that B tier category alongside Asar Thompson. Earl Lloyd, once again, a really good card. I just think he's a little bit too small, you know, not to be a bad shooting guard. I think he's really fun to use. He's great offensively, and especially for being free, he's still a great free card in the game. I just think compared to the taller and better and just meta shooting guards, if you want to call them that, I think he's going to be in C tier, which is still a really good shooting guard. Like Vince Carter, Elgin Baylor, DeMar, Earl Lloyd are great shooting guards. I just think are going to be a step down below some of the cards in B tier. Michael Finley, I'm gonna go A. I still think he's a really good offensive 2 guard, has a really good jump shot, and same thing with Terry Dishinger. Even though Terry doesn't have the best player model in the game, and you could say is, you know, maybe not the best defensive card, he's still gonna have that elite level jump shot, those elite level dribble sigs. And I will say this card's longevity has been really good because yeah, he's not some like top 5 shooting guard in the game. He's probably somewhere in like the top 10 range, I would assume, for Terry Dishinger. Maybe even, yeah, I would assume he's probably a top 10 shooting guard. But the thing is, he came out in March 28th, so that's what, I don't know math. I think that's like three and a half months or just over 3 months, something like that. And I do think this card, you know, is still one of the best shooting guards, especially on the offensive end. So I think he's had great longevity this year. Rudy Gay, I'm gonna go in B tier. I do like Rudy Gay a little bit more than Vince, Elgin Baylor, those type of cards in C tier. I think he gives you great defense. He's got the player model, he's got the size, and also a great jump shot for a shooting guard. Brandon Ingram, I think is actually going to be in D tier. Once again, gotta put somebody in D tier, right? I think Ingram's not bad for shooting guard. I just think he's going to be a step below of Vince Carter and Earl Lloyd, Elgin Baylor, DeMar. I think he's probably a step below those type of cards. Jalen Williams, I'm gonna go in C tier. As crazy as it say to put a, you know, an invincible card in the C tier category, I think he's one of the worst invincibles. I know some people like this card. I just don't really see how, unless I'm missing something. Like, I think his jump shot's okay. It's not a great release. It's not terrible. His sigs are meh, like they're okay. Like the Kobe size up isn't my favorite. The wall escape is decent, but nothing crazy. Dunk packages are decent, I guess, but doesn't have front clutches. Like, he's only 6'6" at shooting guard, doesn't have a great player model in game. He's good. Like, once again, he's on the Vince Carter level. DeMar, I think those are good shooting guards, but for being an invincible, I just don't think he's that great in my opinion. Jamal Mashburn, I think could be an A tier. I'm gonna go high B tier though, alongside Dale Ellis. I think they're very similar at the shooting guard position. You know, Jamal Mashburn's 6'8" with a really good jump shot. Kawhi, I'm gonna give A tier too, just because of his defense. I feel like Kawhi always gets those crazy good defensive animations in my team. 6'7" at the 2, 7'3" wingspan. We know he's gonna have a great player model, and they actually gave Kawhi a really good jump shot with the KCP base and the Kawhi Leonard upper on very quick timing. He's also got the Steve Francis size up, which is really good. He's got the quick drops off one, he's got the front clutches, and also perfect defensive tendencies. And like I said about Kawhi, his defense is going to be top tier. Kevin Durant, easily going to be an S tier. I think him and Paul George, very, very similar, of course, because they're both endgame cards. They're pretty much the exact same. I will say Paul George does feel to have like the better player model, the wider player model, the better defender, just because of his size and his defensive animations, and maybe also better at slashing to the basket than Kevin Durant. But I think they're both going to be an S tier for sure, and are very close at the shooting guard position. Kevin Garnett's a hard one to rank just because his defense and his size is really valuable at that shooting guard position. But is he A tier? I don't know if he's on the same level as like a Kawhi, a Terry Dishinger, a LeBron, so I'm gonna throw him in B tier. I think he potentially could be an A tier. I just view KG more as like a small forward card. Kyle Korver also going to be in D tier. I mean, just had to include some cards on here that really aren't that great compared to the other top tier shooting guards. So I do think Kyle Korver and Ingram going to be in the B tier category. Tim Thomas, easy A. I'm not sure if he's S tier anymore. I'm gonna just keep him in the high A tier category for now, but we know Tim Thomas is still a really elite offensive 2 guard that is 6'10", moves like a card that's 6'2", so he moves super quick in game and does have a really fast jump shot. Carmelo, I think I'm gonna also go in S tier alongside cards like LeBron, Kawhi, you know, Michael Finley. I think he's a really good offensive 2 guard, such a good jump shot and great dribble sigs for Carmelo. Brandon Miller, just because of his size, I'm gonna throw him in B tier. He's 6'9" at the 2, 7'1" wingspan. Not the biggest fan of his jump shot, but he's still got that size in the defense for a shooting guard. OG Anunoby, I'm gonna go in C tier. I like this card a lot defensively. I think he's a really good 2-way shooting guard, especially for a budget price tag. I just don't know if you can put him in the B tier category. Paul Pierce, I'm gonna go D tier once again, on the same level as a Kyle Korver and a Brandon Ingram. Now for Scottie Pippen, this is a really hard card to rank. I'm gonna probably go high B tier. I still think he's got a great jump shot and is a really good defender. I just think he's a little bit worse than a LeBron, Kawhi Leonard, you know, Carmelo, if you wanted to say him, or AK. I think he's probably just that one step below, but still amazing at that shooting guard position. Dark Matter Rudy Tomjanovich, I think is how you say his name. I'm gonna go probably somewhere in B tier. He's just a really good all-around shooting guard. Sean Elliott, I'm gonna probably go somewhere in C tier. I wasn't really too impressed when I have tried this card out. He's good, but just didn't really wow me in anything. Andrew Wiggins, I'm gonna give probably B tier too. I like him a little bit more than a Vince Carter and a DeMar DeRozan. And then Rashard Lewis being our last shooting guard, I think is gonna round out that the S tier category. So I'm gonna go with my top 5 shooting guards in the S tier. That's what I tend to go for, like top 5 or top 7. And I think I want to leave it like this. I mean, you could maybe put Tim Thomas in S, maybe put Carmelo or Terry if you wanted to, but I think I'm just going to leave it like this. But yeah, guys, that's going to be my shooting guard tier list. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys would change about it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.